up on today's LOAM, a look at blended learning,
more on the Fish food pantry and drive,
and the new municipal building's open house. Stay tuned.
Good afternoon, Lake Orion. Today is Tuesday, February 8th, 2022. I'm Brian Donahue.
And I'm Lexi Davis. This is LOAM. Our show is always live streamed on our website, and LOHS students watch during the school day. But this week, our audience also includes all of Orion Township. Our newscast is being carried live on Orion Neighborhood Television as part of this week's Fish Food Drive. So we welcome all our new viewers, and we hope you'll contribute to the food drive. LOHS students can drop off donations in room D351. Donations are accepted through the end of this week.
The Oxford Orion Fish Food Pantry has provided food to people around Oakland County for over 46 years. We spoke with President of the food pantry, Michelle Bem, to learn more.
We're a food pantry for Oxford, Lake Orion, Leonard, Addison, and parts of Oakland. People have to come in, they make a phone call, and if they're not a client, they have to become a client, and we just need some basic information, just their name, their phone number, how many children are in the household, and just to verify their address that they live within our boundaries, and then we schedule them for a food appointment. The month of January, we took care of 120 families, which was about 300 individuals and over 13,000 pounds of food. During the pandemic, we were able to do a wonderful job of maintaining all of the food needs for all the clients in the area. Anybody that called, so we've really loosened up even our requirements to be a client, just given the situation right now. And there's so many. We'll get phone calls right now from somebody that I'm tested positive for COVID, so I can't go to work for the next 2 weeks, and I just need groceries on a short-term basis. So there's been so many moments that have just really been overwhelming given the pandemic and the volume and the generosity of the community. I cannot believe the donations that we have received during this pandemic.
If you would like information on how to donate or get in contact with the pantry, you can go to their website at oxfordorionfish.org.
Orion Township completed construction on a new municipal building last November. Township Supervisor Chris Barnett and Township employees hosted an open house last Tuesday, where members of the community could come and see the new building. Nicole Jedlicki was there for the ribbon cutting.
Construction for the new Township Hall started well over a year ago. What started as a vision in Township Supervisor Chris Barnett's head is now a reality. Last November, Township Hall employees said goodbye to their former home and said hello to the new building.
Let's start with the final product. The final product, when we initially had input from all the employees, and consultants and whatnot, is accurately depicted in what you're walking through right now. Keep in mind, the construction time frame went through round after round of COVID, with labor shortages, with material and logistics, just trying to get stuff. And our construction manager, Cunningham Lymph, did a fantastic job of pulling that all together and getting us in here, as early as we did.
My favorite part about this building is the fact that we actually have an employee cafe space now. In the old building, we didn't have like a lounge break area. So it's great to be able to interact with the other employees in the other departments like we've never been able to do before.
2, 1.
For WDBC, I'm Nicole Jedlicki.
The new township building is on Joslyn Road at the Scripps intersection.
It's scheduling time at LOHS. Underclassmen are currently making their course selections for next school year. Some classes are listed as blended learning. It gives juniors and seniors the chance to leave the building early or to come in late. Mr. Hawley and Miss Connor talk about the blended option.
So many students and families come to me often and say, Mr. Hawley, what kind of flexibility does Lake Orion High School offer in a student's schedule? And really two things come up quite a bit, and that is online learning, the options for students to take 2 or more courses at any time in their high school career, But also something that is fairly recent, within the last 10 years, is our growing program of blended learning courses.
For blended learning, first of all, you have to be going into your junior or senior year, because in particular, the thing is you have to be able to get to and from the school without using a bus. In the curriculum handbook, if you look at any printed versions, there's places where it's mentioned for blended learning that you'd need to have a parent signature. We've removed that for next year because just the streamline things with the scheduling process for right now, the students would select the class, but then when school begins, and if they're sitting in a classroom with a blended teacher, the teacher will have a form that they have to have their parents sign, because before they're allowed to be able to start having that advantage of coming and going differently on days, they're not allowed to until their parents has returned a signature saying that the parent's giving permission for them to leave the building or come late.
For example, a student that were to take a blended learning course in their 4th period in any term, they would have 50% of their classes where they would have to attend school and 50% where they would work remotely from home. So again, that flexibility is really nice for a lot of our students in the junior and senior class.
So this is just a reminder that all scheduling materials need to be entered in Zello by tomorrow.
Students have through tomorrow to make their course selections in the Zello online system. Applications for classes like leadership, yearbook, and the television production workshop are also due tomorrow.
Auditions for the spring musical, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, begin today after school in the auditorium. Audition forms and material will be provided upon arrival, or can be picked up throughout the day in the choir room during passing time. Auditions will continue on tomorrow, with Thursday hosting an optional callback day. Those interested in participating in the technical aspects of the production are not required to attend auditions, but must visit Mr. Smith in the choir room to receive a physical application. All applications must be filled out and submitted before the end of callbacks on Thursday. Once more, any questions can be directed to Mr. Smith at matthew.smith@lok12.org.
Now it's time to head over to Derek Steele with sports.
What's going on, Lake Orion? Coming up on today's LO Sports Report, freshman girls basketball and varsity cheer. Stay tuned. The freshman girls basketball team hosted the Fenton Tigers last Tuesday. Emma Watson passes us the recap.
The freshman girls basketball team took on Fenton on Tuesday. The girls started the beginning of the game off strong, being able to take the lead on the Tigers. The team continued to keep fighting through the rest of the quarters and eventually took the win. The game ended with Mel Guccione getting 10 points, Mackenzie Tavish and Kylie Kopinski had 7 points each, Dylan Verlinden and Bria Bailey with 6 points, and Addie Verlinden with 2 points. All in all, the girls played a great game, being able to bring the final score to 45-16. This is what the team had to say about their game.
I think we played really good. I think we improved dramatically from our other games that we've played. I think we did really amazing at our defense. We ended up getting a lot of steals, and we ended up putting up a bunch of shots, and I think we did amazing.
I think we played really well today as a team. We were passing the ball very productively. Everyone was getting touches. Everyone was getting turns to score. We were playing great on defense. All in all, it was one of our best games we played collectively as a team. I would like to see us, of course, be undefeated, and I'd like to see us get better at getting our post to the ball and just teamwork all around.
For WDBC, I'm Emma Watson.
The freshman girls travel to Clarkston tonight. It starts at 5 p.m. at Clarkston Junior High School. The girls' varsity cheer team participated in a competition this past Saturday. Jonah Zella brings us the details.
The varsity girls cheer team put up a very tough fight against 12 other teams throughout the course of the competition. Their opponents were strong and they ended up placing 3rd overall, much to their satisfaction. The competition is played with 3 rounds of cheering. The individual round scores for each team are added up to create a total team score. Our Dragons tallied up a score of 771.82 points combined. Adams took first with a total score of 785.68, and Rochester came in second with a score of 782.14.
Well, when it comes to cheer, we have to put in a lot of work because even though it's only like a 2-minute and 30-second round, like it's hard. And we have to build up our endurance. We have to work out all the time. We run before practice. We try to do a longer warm-up. We definitely have to keep our muscles warm the whole entire time, or it's going to be really hard to like stick any of our skills. We are constantly just like running over the cheer no matter what. Like we have to keep doing those sections or else like we'll have like little memory things. It's just like all about memory and like muscle memory. And when it comes to like JV, we definitely try to like come up and support them when we're not on the mat, and like when we're off the mat, they always are there to support us. So we're definitely a team sport.
For WDBC, I'm Jonah Zeller.
Let's go Dragons!
That's it for today's LO Sports Report. For WDBC, I'm Derek Steele.
Your seniors of the day are Quen Williams,
Emily Sikta,
Devin Parker,
Abriana Shintana.
and Ethan Miller.
That's all we have for you today. Tune in to Thursday's show for a look at the Ice Golf Challenge and a new edition of Lowdown.
Have a tasteful Tuesday, LO.